We have previously discussed different diodes. Light emitting diode we have discussed, varactor diode we have discussed. In this class we are discussing about photodiode. In the light emitting diode we discussed, by taking the electrical energy, it is giving the light energy. So LED is emitting the light. That's why we are calling it as a light emitting diode. Here the photodiode, by taking the light energy, it will convert into electrical voltage or electrical current. By taking the light energy, it is converting into electrical energy. So it is nothing but your working of solar panel. How the solar photovoltaic cell is working? By taking the sunlight, it is converting into electrical energy. On the similar lines, here the photodiode is working. It is a semiconductor diode. In this semiconductor diode, we have a P-type semiconductor and N-type semiconductor. PN semiconductor is formed and we are connecting it in reverse bias. This does not mean it will not operate in the forward bias. The forward characteristics are like this and the reverse characteristics are like this. For this operation, we are expecting the photodiode to be operated in the reverse bias. What is the reason why we have to connect in the reverse bias? We will discuss now. When we connect a diode in the reverse bias, the depletion region width with the increment of the applied voltage, the depletion region width increases. Here the majority carriers are electrons. The electrons are moving towards this positively charged terminal, which is a positive terminal of the battery. Because of that, the depletion region width increases, and similarly the depletion region width increases in the P side also. When we connect a diode in the reverse bias, the depletion region width increases with the increment of the applied voltage. The more voltage we are increasing, the depletion region width is becoming more. We are trying to focus on this depletion region only. This is a lens. By using this lens, some light is falling on this depletion region. When light falls on this depletion region, by taking this light energy, electrons in the covalent bonds, they are coming out. This is an insulator region. There are no free charge carriers in this region because only immobile ions are there. But when the light is falling on this region, the electrons in the covalent bonds, example, this is the phosphorus ion. So the electron in this covalent bond is coming out because of the applied light energy, and it is forming a electron hole pair. On the both sides, with the incident light energy, electron hole pairs are formed. With the more incident light energy, when we are increasing the more light, there is a chance for the more formation of the electron and hole pairs. Similarly, with the increment of the applied light, if the more incident light is there on this lens, then more covalent bonds. From the more covalent bonds, more electrons are coming out and more electron hole pairs are observed in the both sides, P-N and regions. These are constituting the current. This is what we are calling as a photocurrent. You can see here, with the increment of the voltage, when we have not provided any light, when there is no light, H is equal to the light intensity we are representing as a 0 lux units of that. There is a small current. That current is due to the minority charge carriers. In n-type, the minority charge carriers are holes, and in p-type, the minority charge carriers are electrons. These minority charge carriers are providing a small amount of current. We are calling that current as dark current. Because there is no chance for the light, when there is no incident light, this region is behaving like an insulator only, and the current due to the minority carriers is very small, and this reverse saturation current only we are calling as a dark current. This indicates there is no light at this condition. We have given some light, that is H is equal to 200 lux. The light intensity we have supplied. Now you see the current compared to the graph without light with light. The current is increasing. The reverse current is increasing. This we have to do before the breakdown. Photodiode will not work after the breakdown. If it reaches the breakdown, then photodiode will get damaged. This we have to keep in our mind. We should operate in reverse bias, but we should operate in the reverse bias until it reaches the breakdown. After the breakdown, anyway, it gets damaged. We are increasing the light, the incident light. The light is only falling on the depletion region. The light is not falling on the P and N regions. The light is falling only in the depletion region. Because of that light, the electrons in the covalent bonds are coming out, and electron hole pairs are observed. Example, this is phosphorus ion. The electron is coming out. Then electron hole pairs are formed here. Whatever the electron hole pairs are formed here, because it is connected in reverse bias, and here the negative terminal, it is acting like a negative terminal of the battery, and it is acting like a positive terminal of the battery. The generated electrons will try to move towards the N-type semiconductor, and the generated holes, they will try to move towards the P-type semiconductor. Remember, hole is an imaginary particle. Whenever I am say hole is moving from this side to this side, this conception is nothing but the bounded electron is moving from one covalent bond to another covalent bond. So the electron hole pairs are formed in the depletion region because of the incident light. Because of this, more electron hole pairs are formed. These electrons are going towards the N-type semiconductor, and holes are going towards the P-type semiconductor. You see here, the current, the reverse current is increasing more. We are adding the electrons that are generated because of the falling of light on the depletion region. Then the current increased when the light intensity is H is equal to 200 lux. We have increased the light intensity still more, from 200 lux to 400 lux. Then with the increment of the more light, then more electron hole pairs are formed here. When the electron hole pairs are formed here, the electron will move towards the N region. Because this negative terminal will repel the electron, and this electron, because of this positively charged ions, the electron is going towards the N-type, and the holes are going towards the P-type. More electron hole pairs are formed, and because of that, the reverse current is more. Here you can see a drastic increment of the reverse current with the increment of the light intensity. Still we increased from 400 to 600. Then more photocurrent is observed. More electron hole pairs are formed in the depletion region, and the electrons are going towards the n side and holes are going towards the p side. Because of that, more photocurrent is observed in the third quadrant. Why we are representing the current in the third quadrant? Because the applied voltage is negative. Applied voltage is negative. Because of that, we are representing it in third quadrant. And you see here, this is the breakdown region. We have to operate the photodiode only until the breakdown region. This is how photodiode will work in the forward bias. But we are not discussing now in the forward bias condition. This is called as photovoltaic current. This is called as photoconductive current. This is photoconductive region and this is photovoltaic region. We are not discussing about the photovoltaic region. We are discussing about the photoconductive region. Here the photodiode we have discussed, it is a light sensitive diode. It converts the light energy into electrical energy. It is also called as photodetector because it is detecting the photons. By taking that energy, the electrons in the covalent bonds, they get excited and they enter into interatomic gaps. Now these electrons are called as free electrons. Each free electron will generate one hole. Because of that, a hole and electron pairs are formed when it is connected in a reverse bias. When there is no incident light, that initial current is called as a dark current. That reverse saturation current, because of the thermal generated carriers or minority carriers, whatever the current we are getting, that current we are calling as dark current. H is equal to 0, the current is dark current. The remaining graphs we are observing the current is photocurrent in presence of light. We have to cover this region with the casing, either plastic or glass casing. If we are using the glass casing, we have to make sure that the glass should be transparent. Light should fall on it. On the photodiode, you can observe a small lens, that is a transparent lens. In order to protect it from the dust and moisture, we will use the casing and it should be transparent one. Light should fall on the depletion region only. We have to restrict the remaining regions. We have to coat the remaining regions in such a way that light should not fall on these regions. If light falls on this region also, then there is no chance for the photocurrent. We are concentrating the light should fall only on the depletion region. When the depletion region is getting the light, then electron hole pairs are formed. With the increment of the reverse bias voltage, the depletion region width increases. With the more depletion region width, there is chance for the absorption of more light. And when more light is absorbed, there is a chance for more generation of the electron hole pairs. And there is a chance for the more photocurrent. So we are trying to increase the width of the depletion region by changing the voltage. You see here, when we are increasing the voltage, you see the current is increasing, but slight current. Why the current is increasing with the applied voltage? The reverse bias voltage should not depend on the applied voltage. Here also it is not depending on the applied voltage. But when we are increasing the voltage, when there is a chance for light fall, this first graph, this is constant. This is absolutely constant. With the increment of the voltage, the current is absolutely constant because the reverse bias current does not depend on the applied voltage, it depends only on the temperature. But when we are increasing the width and when the light is falling on it, with the increment of the voltage, the width increases and there is a chance for more formation of the electron hole pairs, and that's why the reverse current is increasing with the increment of the voltage, even if it is connected in reverse bias also. There is no doubt it is connected in reverse bias, but because of applied voltage the current is not directly getting incremented. Because the applied voltage is being incremented, the depletion region width is increasing, then there is a chance for more light to fall in this region also. Even in this region also electron hole pairs are being formed. These electrons are going towards the N region and holes are going towards the P region. Because of that, you can observe with the increment of voltage, the current is increasing in the photodiode, even in the reverse bias. That increment is the slightest. Next, we have discussed this should not be operated with the light. We should not affect this area. We should not expose this area to the light. So we have to coat this area by using the anti-reflective material. Only this depletion region should only get the light. And then this is the responsivity equation. How much light is falling on this area and how much light is being converted into electrical energy. I photon by P incident. How much current you are getting, how much photons are incidenting on this depletion region. Okay, if you are converting all the photons, if you are after all the photons are incidenting on this area, then by taking these photons, the electrons are coming out from the covalent bond. The more responsivity indicate that there is a chance of more light is falling on this. This is the circuit symbol of the photodiode. Arrow represents the p-type semiconductor, vertical bar represents the n-type semiconductor. And these arrows represents light is falling on the p-type semiconductor. These are the advantages and disadvantages. What is the advantage? It is high sensitive towards the light. When light is falling on this region, immediately with the light, the electrons are coming from the covalent bonds. The response is fast. More response. Fastly, electron hole pairs are being formed. You can see the photodiode size is very much less. And the power consumption is also very much less. Disadvantages. It is temperature sensitive. It not only, if the light falls on this, the electron hole pairs will be formed. Even if the temperature increased, then also electron hole pairs will be formed. So the disadvantage is, it is even sensitive to temperature also. If you give some fire, some matchstick fire to photodiode, then also you can observe some current will be there. Because with the temperature, the electrons in the covalent bonds, they get excited and we observe some current. That is one disadvantage. And there is a noise at high frequencies. That is also one disadvantage. Where we use this photodiode? In optical communication, when we want to send our message in the form of the light, in the fiber optic cables. At that time we require the photodiode to detect that light at the receiving end to convert again into electrical signal. And we use in the light operated switches. In the light operated switches also, this photodiode we are using. Okay. What is the principle of the photodiode we discussed? It is very much simple. We are making sure that the diode is connected in the reverse bias and the light is falling only on the depletion region. When there is no light, that current is called as dark current. When light falls on it, covalent bonds, the electrons in the covalent bonds, they come out because of the light energy. The electron hole pairs are formed then we are getting the current that is called as photocurrent. The more light you give, there is a chance for formation of the more electron and hole pairs, and we will get the more photocurrent. This is the working principle of the photodiode.